A quiet rumor is echoing through every corner of the spiritual and self-development world, a whisper of a secret that promises extraordinary power. You might have felt it, a vague restlessness in the pit of your stomach, or a sudden flash of insight that made you question everything. People everywhere are waking up to something beyond ordinary existence, and while some celebrate this change, others label it as mere fantasy or even a sign of personal meltdown. But here's the truth. If you're watching this right now, there's a reason you're here. What you're about to discover could reshape your entire understanding of who you are and what you are meant to become. And it's not just hearsay. Reports, insider accounts, and personal testimonies are piling up faster than ever. Some whisper that it's a trick or a grand illusion, while others swear it's the most real thing they've ever experienced. The question is, are you ready to see what lies beneath the surface? There's a phenomenon unfolding that few can explain in simple terms. Many call it a divine upgrade, a profound awakening that floods every part of your life with new perspective. Others argue that this talk of awakening is nothing more than an attention-seeking strategy, the kind of hype you see everywhere from social media gurus to late-night infomercials. But then, there are those who have felt the change firsthand, experiencing abrupt shifts in energy, in perspective, and in the way they connect with the world around them. Recent speculations are bolder still. Rumors circulate of a global wave of transformations, with thousands of people reporting intense physical sensations, heightened intuition, and an unshakable sense of purpose. Is it mass hysteria, or is it a sign we've stepped into a new era? Official sources remain divided. Some psychiatrists brand it a psychological phenomenon, while alternative healers and spiritual mentors insist it's evidence of an unprecedented shift in human consciousness. What can't be ignored are the consistent themes arising from countless personal stories: a sense of being driven by unseen forces, a call to abandon old routines that suddenly feel suffocating, and an urge to explore the uncharted territories of life's deeper meaning. And if you're feeling drawn in by these words, you might already sense that this hidden shift has its eye on you. It's one thing to talk about personal transformations. It's another thing entirely to face a storm of doubts and controversy. The skeptics aren't silent. They claim these so-called awakenings are orchestrated stunts, with some individuals allegedly promoting miracle cures for profit or faking spiritual breakthroughs to gain clout online. Stories abound of high-profile figures who vow they've seen mystical visions, only for accusations to surface later that they manipulated followers for financial gain. Even more sensational are the rumors involving mental breakdowns behind closed doors. Some watchers whisper about public meltdowns or suspect an individual OD'd because they couldn't handle the pressure of their so-called calling. These tales breed suspicion. After all, how can we know what's real and what's staged? Yet, hidden behind the swirling controversies is a quiet but growing consensus that something more authentic is at play. For every skeptic waving the red flag, you'll find others who insist their experiences were life-altering beyond any rational explanation. Some claim that the transformation is so intense that the body itself undergoes changes, sleep patterns, appetite shifts, even unexplained surges of energy, or sudden drops into profound fatigue. Could it be that those who seem most skeptical are actually reacting out of fear? Could it be that the stakes are higher than anyone dares admit? The clash between believers and doubters remains fiercer than ever, fueling debates that push people to question everything they thought they knew. If you've been feeling unexplainable urges to break free from daily monotony or have noticed drastic emotional swings that seem to come from nowhere, you might be experiencing the very shift skeptics want to dismiss. As unexpected waves of intuition wash over you, your body may respond in uncanny ways, random tingles, headaches that vanish as quickly as they appear, or an odd combination of feeling simultaneously exhausted and electrified. The most unsettling part is often the emotional roller coaster. Moments of euphoria where the world seems drenched in possibility, followed by abrupt lows that make you question your sanity. This isn't about being sick, though many interpret it that way. Traditional channels rarely speak about spiritual surges, so it's easy for outsiders to assume you're just burned out or unraveling under stress. But inside, something whispers that this is far more than a medical anomaly. Others have come forward with confessions of radical empathy. They can suddenly sense the moods of people around them, picking up tension in a room before a word is spoken. Some even describe encountering inexplicable synchronicities, like repeatedly seeing the same numbers on clocks or stumbling onto the exact information they need at the perfect moment. Coincidences, or hints that your life is steering you toward a bigger purpose? If you relate to even a fragment of this, it might be time to ask, is it a coincidence that you ended up here, reading these very words, right now? Changes of this magnitude rarely happen in a vacuum. As your internal world gets shaken up, external aspects of your life start morphing too. Don't be alarmed if routines that used to feel comforting now make you restless, or if a circle of friends suddenly feels out of sync. Many who embark on this path discover they can't force themselves to stay where they no longer resonate. This is the stage where you might face a choice: cling to your old life out of habit, or take a bold step forward into unknown territory. Critics will say you're being reckless, stepping away from stability or established relationships. But ironically, it's often these very critics who later wonder how you found the courage to make such a brave leap. What no one tells you is that initial upheavals are often the catalyst for remarkable breakthroughs. A job loss might lead you to unearth talents you never considered valuable. A painful breakup could free you to explore the deeper longings of your soul. It's messy, it's chaotic, and it can feel isolating, but it's precisely this tension that paves the way to growth. You might notice your self-talk changing. Where before you'd say, "I can't possibly do that," you now hear a small but persistent voice say, "Why not try?" This voice is the seedling of transformation, beckoning you to a world where fear loses its grip and your potential starts to shine. Step far enough along this path, and you're bound to encounter sensational stories. Some revolve around people who seem to snap under the weight of newfound powers. Whispers of wild spending sprees, destructive addictions, or emotional breakdowns swirl in certain circles. Others claim these stories are exaggerated or fabricated altogether, but that doesn't stop them from spreading like wildfire. At the center of this swirl of rumors is the concept many call God mode. It's an idea that once you align yourself with these hidden energies or divine forces, you step into a state of near limitless capability. Tasks that once felt daunting suddenly become manageable. Doors you thought were locked swing open. You start attracting opportunities that align with your deeper purpose, almost as if the universe recognizes your newly awakened state. Critics scoff at the notion of God mode, dismissing it as inflated ego tripping, but those who experience it say it's the opposite of arrogance. They describe a sense of unity with life itself, a humbling realization that you're part of something infinitely larger. Yes, it can be terrifying, especially if you're bombarded by intense dreams or experience spiritual phenomena beyond your comfort zone. Yet, ironically, it's these very extremes that forge a new kind of mental and emotional resilience. From the outside, it might look like you've undergone a radical personality shift, fueling more gossip and suspicion. But from the inside, it feels like you've finally come home to a truth you've always known yet never fully understood. With every rumor, every eye roll, and every skeptical remark, a hidden strength takes root in those committed to seeing this through. Once you've tasted even a sliver of what's possible, it becomes painfully clear that no external opinion can define your experience. Of course, the world will keep questioning your sanity, suspecting you've joined some fringe belief system or dabbled in illusions. Here's the flip side. The longer you walk this road, the more your intuition sharpens, guiding you through the haze of uncertainty. Where once you hesitated, you now find unwavering conviction. Your personal relationships transform as well. Some friends or relatives might pull away, sensing they no longer understand your reality. Yet, you'll also discover new allies who resonate with this deeper sense of purpose and share their own stories of transformation. Insiders who have studied this awakening phenomenon argue that the body begins adapting on a cellular level, recalibrating to hold higher frequencies of consciousness. They claim that what others see as random outbursts or bizarre lifestyle changes are actually essential releases of stagnant energy. Could that be why so many breakthroughs come after moments of extreme frustration or heartbreak? Leaning into these changes and trusting your own inner compass requires resolve, but ironically, every challenge thrown your way only strengthens your resolve further. Fear becomes less of an enemy and more of a teacher, nudging you to face shadows you once buried. Over time, insider accounts have started surfacing from those who claim to have witnessed transformations so dramatic they defy logical explanation. Some describe individuals who are on the brink of total self-destruction, dealing with addictions, mental distress, or being ostracized by their peers, only to make a sudden pivot into clarity, abundance, and radiant health. Such reversals leave bystanders speechless, leading them to wonder, what triggered such a swift turnaround? Skeptics retort that desperate people often latch onto anything that promises relief. They question whether these so-called miracles are coincidences, cleverly spun narratives, or a placebo effect at best. But the accumulation of countless testimonies from around the world suggests there's more going on than wishful thinking. Perhaps the most startling revelations come from those who claim to sense or even see energetic fields shifting around a person in the throes of deep transformation. While mainstream science struggles to validate these perceptions, the experiences themselves are too widespread to ignore. Believers insist these phenomena are part of stepping into a higher realm of consciousness, an inevitable outcome of following the path of self-discovery and embracing the unknown. At this point, you might be wondering how to integrate everything you've learned, stepping into a new chapter of life. Guided by forces and instincts that society often overlooks, isn't easy. You'll face moments where you question everything, a sudden longing for your old, safe existence, or fear that you might lose the acceptance of people you love. But the deeper you plunge into this journey, the more you realize the only true failure is abandoning yourself. How do you keep going when the world questions your every move? By cultivating faith in your personal experience rather than external approval. By understanding that every setback, every rumor, and every surprising twist is an invitation to grow stronger, braver, and more authentic. When the noise becomes too loud, allow your intuition to take center stage. If a certain environment or friendship begins to feel stifling, know that moving on isn't betrayal, it's evolution. If new doors open up, like an unexpected job offer or a chance to travel, be bold enough to walk through them. And if fear nags at you, remember that fear only has the power you grant it. Ultimately, this path is about self-ownership. You can resist your destiny, burying your head in the sand and hoping life remains familiar. Or you can stand at the brink of possibility and take that leap of faith. Each choice you make echoes through every area of your existence, transforming how you see yourself and how the world sees you. After all the rumors, controversies, physical shifts, and emotional high tides, one fact remains undeniable. You are the key to your own transformation. The skeptics can debate it, experts can try to define it, and the world can either cheer or condemn. But none of that changes the power residing within you. When you allow yourself to shed old doubts and step fully into the unknown, that's when your true potential ignites. Just imagine what might happen if you fully embrace the changes you sense stirring inside. What if every rumor or accusation against you was, in fact, a catalyst pushing you to embrace your authenticity at a level you never thought possible? The moment you recognize that your shifts aren't mere coincidences or illnesses, but a grand invitation to evolve, you become unstoppable. And here's a surprising twist. In every story of profound awakening, there's always an initial spark of curiosity that sets the whole journey in motion. This could be yours. You've stayed till the end, and that alone may speak volumes about where you stand in this moment. The question is, will you trust the path you feel called to walk? In the end, the choice is yours. Resist the current and cling to a life of comfortable illusions, or dive in and uncover the mystery of who you are truly destined to be. This isn't just another video or another set of words. It's an invitation to unlock a piece of your own story. Because beneath all the speculation, controversy, and wonder lies the single greatest discovery of all. When you dare to evolve, you'll realize you were meant to soar far higher than you ever believed possible. That's the real secret, and it's waiting for you to claim it.